Adam, you want to go ahead and kick us off?
Yeah, Christian, thanks for doing this today.
Yeah, no problem.
Um, to start off, just could you walk us through those two plays that, you have the two run stops on second and short, third and short to force the field goal there in the fourth quarter. Looking back at the tape, what stood out to you when you looked at those plays?
Yeah, I think that was a response by our defense after thinking we might have had a turnover on that fumble and then having to run back out there and force them to a field goal. It was big, and I think it was just knock out the run on that second down, and then on third down, Troy Reader made a great play, shot the gap, and had a TFL on the 3rd and 1 to force the field goal. So that was a big swing for us, and kind of kept us in the game, kept the momentum from getting out of hand, I guess. So
Last week, Troy was talking about, with all the new faces and people who are stepping into bigger roles on this defense, that it's still, learning on the fly and trying to figure out everything. What does a game like last night do in terms of confidence and trust on the defense moving forward in the season?
yeah, I think obviously having OTAs, training camp, you really get to know the guys on a personal level and earn that trust. But then the games come and it's different. It's kind of a different beast. So just kind of, I mean, I think it's a thing that continues all throughout the season. But obviously, winning a game against a good team like that, it builds team confidence just as a whole. But defensively, for us, just trusting each other. And I think we've had that from the beginning. It's just seeing the successes, kind of the practice and the preparation that we're going through, kind of seeing the fruits of our labor a little bit. I think it just builds our confidence as a whole. So,
Thank you.
yep.
Jordan.
Hey, thanks for doing this. Just, you have been working with this special teams group for a couple of years now, but then also obviously, playing a major role on defense now. But the group as a whole, the evolution to become a unit that went from some of the struggles that it experienced last year to really being an edge, a clear edge in this game yesterday. What can you kind of take us through how you guys stayed the course on that and what improvements specifically you saw year over year?
Yeah, I think the want to and the coaching and everything has been there from the beginning. But I think yesterday it was just kind of a collection of um, everything we've been talking about for a long time and just seeing how we can affect a game in a positive manner, and just having a complete team game. And I think having an aggressive call for the fake, I think that builds confidence. And then seeing X make a huge play for us at the end of the game. I know all the guys are super excited for him personally, but as a whole, it was a lot of individuals out there that did their job and made a big play and got us in a good position. So I think it's kind of like I said with the defense, it's good to see some of the things we've been working on kind of show up on game day and how that breeds confidence going forward.
Alex Ward mentioned that with so many situationals and scenarios and game management, those types of things that happen within the ecosystem of special teams specifically, that the group has learned a lot from Strike or from Stretch. Wondering if you can share any of your insight there on if there's anything that he's said or any adjustments you guys have made that maybe the casual fan wouldn't see that that you're comfortable with sharing.
Yeah. No, Stretch he's a wizard. So a lot of this stuff we maybe don't even realize. I know we don't realize what he does on game day, but like the work he puts in the office, I don't think we'll ever really truly know. And um, but yeah, I think having another guy in there that's as smart as he is and can kind of take a step back because Chase really has to. I mean, he has to coach the effort and the execution and come up with all the plans. And then Stretch is a guy that can maybe you talk to him one-on-one. And I know I've been playing here for 4 or 5 years, and just talking with him on different footwork and stuff like that. So it's good to have another guy in there. And then Coach Frost obviously is helping out a ton too, getting the jammers and gunners rolling. So I think we're in a really good spot that way. But yeah, Stretch, he's got all the rules. He's got all the little nuances that we as players maybe don't even worry about, because we know the coaches. There's so much on players' plates, and there's so much on coaches' plates. So there's only so much we can do on game day, and so much they can do. So I think having a guy like Stretch that does so much and is that smart of a guy, is really an edge for us.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Stu?
Hey, Christian, I know you spoke about Xavier just a little bit ago, but to follow up on that point, I mean, obviously, as involved as you've been with special teams, you've seen the work he's put in firsthand. What stood out about that is he's, prepared and ultimately was able to, meet that moment the other day.
Yeah, I think for one, he's the guy that comes in, does the work every day, no matter what. He and I didn't know this, but Chase, even not being up for a game, he's in there asking about punter keys. He's asking about what types of punts we're getting, even if he's not necessarily up for the game. And for me, just seeing his success after being on practice squad for a year, and then coming in, getting his opportunity, and how he made the most of it. It's really cool, just with me being on practice squad for a full year, and kind of where that can bring you, just making the most of your opportunities. And really proud of him and excited for him, and hopefully he can make a lot more plays like that in the future.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then we'll wrap with Gary.
Hi, Christian. Thanks for doing this.
Yep.
Just was wondering if you could kind of describe, you touched on it a little bit in talking about Xavier, but how would you kind of describe your evolution from, when you first got to the Rams to starting against San Francisco 49ers?
Yeah, I don't know how much time you got. There's a lot of steps to this journey, obviously, and I think coming out of college, being undrafted, and coming here, and just not really knowing where or how it's going to go. You have no idea coming in, and then having a year on practice squad, I think was crucial for me. I kind of look back on it as kind of my developmental year, kind of almost like a red shirt in college, and still not maybe necessarily getting the results I wanted the following year. But then getting my opportunity to play for the Rams where it started, obviously it was really cool. And I think you just staying healthy was huge, making the most of my opportunities, but then also knowing that God has me in the right spot, and he's got a plan for me, and how that really frees up the way I play. Just knowing I'm only going to be myself out there. I can't be anybody besides me. So I think once you kind of take a step back and look at it that way, it really frees you up to try and go make plays, try to be a good leader on the team, and build those relationships with the guys in the locker room. And hopefully they feel that same way out there too, that they can play free. And I think this is a good place to do that, because our coaches, they put us in good positions all the time, and they have confidence in us, and they tell us that every day, that they have confidence in us. So I guess, yeah, long story short, just a long journey that hopefully doesn't have an ending for a little bit yet. I hope to play, obviously, as long as I can. So we'll see where God takes us in the next little bit. So
Thanks very much.
yep.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.